It is February 15th, 2021. This is the Wrestling Inc. podcast talking about Monday Night Raw, where a descendant of Dublin with titanic skill has won the gauntlet match and will be entering the Elimination Chamber last. We learned tonight as Sheamus pulled off a victory tonight in the gauntlet match. Matt, you're so excited, right?
Don't you guys buy him as a perennial heavyweight? That's a shame. That's a shame. He's a multi-time heavyweight champion. This company has buried him over the last 5 years now. Raj corrected me. I said like 2 years. They've done nothing with him, but I think he's right. 5-6 years even. Nothing with him. And now we're supposed to take him seriously? Like, we're supposed to be like, uh-oh, he's the last one to enter. Uh-oh. No!
Yeah.
I mean, it was a long match to get to. I mean, everyone knew it was either going to be Drew or Sheamus. So it was going to be one of those two. If Sheamus was winning tonight, Drew's winning in the chamber, or vice versa. So
really quick. Away. And to be fair, right? I just before we started taping, I literally yelled out loud, "This is the worst show ever." I just got to put that out there for the fans. But with that said, I do have to give them credit, Raj, because we get on them for not doing matches with stakes. There was technically a stake here. So gotta say, okay, I'll give you a golf clap for that.
There was a stake. We had one.
Yeah.
A stake.
A stake, yes.
Lacey Evans is pregnant. In real life, as Wrestling Inc. broke today.
What?
Yeah, we broke the story. So earlier today, we had the story that it was funny because we couldn't say exactly what it was, but we were reporting around it. We're saying a segment's going to happen tonight. It's going to affect the Elimination Chamber. It's a top angle. It's a Raw angle. It's happening tonight, and it's going to change. Everything's everything's changing. And then once it happened, we were the first to confirm that, yes, Lacey Evans, that angle, she is legitimately pregnant. And earlier today, WWE found out. And
this is all, for wrestling, man, but real life, holy crap, I am so excited. I'm going to message her this. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
If there's somebody you want to be your mother, it is that woman. Oh, my God, is she a good mom?
Yeah. I don't get why they're going with this Rick and Lacey storyline, because she's not going to be able to wrestle, and she's going to be gone for a while. So what's the point?
I don't get it. Just follow her around in real life with a camera. She's like on tractors and stuff, like plowing. Like she's literally the definition of, and correct me in the chat room, what is that symbol? You'll know what it is probably, Glenn. It's like
the army, the
Rosie the Riveter.
Yes, Raj. What is that?
Rosie the Riveter.
Yeah.
That is Lacey Evans.
That used to be her icon, wasn't it? Or her
the woman's
graphic?
Right. Well, I think she had a graphic similar to that.
Right, like it was a take on that.
That makes total sense. That's what they should be doing with her, but whatever.
Yeah. But she's going to be out of action, and then it's going to be gone. So the storyline's going to, apparently as of right now, it's going to continue for a little bit. Just she can't take any bumps, and I don't know what the real payoff you can do with this is. I thought they should have gotten out of it. What's it?
Yeah, I was going to say that'd be a good time to get out of it. I'm happy she's in a spotlight situation finally, but just not this spotlight.
Yeah. I felt like they should have had just an angle backstage where maybe have Lacey laid out, and it turns out that Rick was with Charlotte the whole time.
There you go. Explains it easy, done with, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Bring her back as this badass baby face that she should have been from day one.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. But it looks like they're keeping this maybe going a little bit longer. Ric Flair insinuating that he's the father of the child.
Yeah.
But of course.
And Lacey never said that he was, though, so.
Oh, well, there you go.
They can get out of it. Jody Shauna Jenkins saying, random thoughts. I'm hooked on seeing what the Fiend return looks like. Lashley is being absolutely wasted, in my opinion. Kevin Fettel called. He wants his gimmick back, Bad Bunny.
Hey, Bad Bunny's going to be on SNL Saturday night.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of a smart move. They get the WWE Championship on SNL. I'm sure Bad Bunny will be having the belt on there. So, it's a smart move, getting him the 24/7 championship for it, I guess.
You don't think so? What do you think goes more over, getting it on SNL or getting it on Hot 97 for 4 seconds, which is a big station where I'm from up north, but it's not national like that.
Yeah. I mean, they just had it at the Super Bowl, like the Super Bowl parade, and that thing was shown everywhere. After the.
Can I ask you a question? You guys are both sports. Well, you're definitely a sports fan, Raj. Did you have any problem with Tom Brady throwing the Lombardi to Gronk?
No. I thought it was.
Did you see the Maker and Creed? She had a conniption over it.
No, really.
Like the Maker's daughter. The Maker has since passed away. Okay. And took a lot of pride in creating the Lombardi every single year. God dang it! Anyway, sorry. And she went she kind of went ham on him about it, saying like it's so disrespectful, this and that. And it's like they're just trying to make it more fun. They're in a really weird position, having to be in boats to begin with,
right?
And trying to do something to celebrate it amongst being in this new environment we're all trying to get through. I just thought that was a lame thing to complain about, you know.
If it fell in the water, they would have gotten it.
But that's just it. If you're throwing it to somebody and you're throwing it to Gronk, I like his chances of catching it.
Yeah, exactly. That was a good throw.
Yeah, I think so. I wonder how heavy that is.
Yeah.
It was quite a show tonight. We opened with The Miz, a must-see edition of Miz TV, out with Drew McIntyre, and the big news from this is that The Miz took himself out of the Elimination Chamber match using obvious logic. He's got the Money in the Bank briefcase. Why does he need to have this championship opportunity in the Elimination Chamber when this would be a prime moment for him to cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase?
Because he could control his destiny a little bit better. He'll be in the ring a lot faster to cash in on it, right?
Yeah.
No, like
not if he's in the match.
You don't think so? Oh, because he has the opportunity to get beat up too,
right? Out. Yeah, exactly.
And then the opportunity won't be there. Okay, answer my question. Yeah.
I mean, from a storyline perspective, it made no sense he was put in this match to begin with. Same as the Royal Rumble, because he's already got the title shot. So why is he wrestling for a title shot?
No, I agree.
So, and they say you could cash in anywhere, so that could be WrestleMania. So why? I don't know. It's whatever. But from a storyline perspective, it made sense.
It's President's Day, and Matt Riddle was backstage with the Lucha House Party discussing his favorite presidents.
Because that's what I want to see, right? I'll pay money to watch that guy kick somebody's ass. Golly, this is, man.
Yeah, they have taken Matt Riddle down something fierce. He's great in the ring.
Yes, I feel like I have to say that every time I'm about to bury it, you know, because I'm not purposely trying to bury it. It's hard to watch. It's now almost impossible to watch. It's nails on the chalkboard, Raj.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, bad. It's been god awful.
Well, Matt Riddle and the Lucha House Party. I mean, come on.
Nothing excites me more. I have the posters on my wall.
It's making the Lucha House Party look more over, in my opinion.
Kalisto's jacked.
I will second both of those points you guys just made, actually. Yes. Yes.
I mean, he just looks in just tremendous shape now.
Yeah. Yeah, he does.
Yes. So what did you think of this match against the Hurt Business?
Always good. I mean, you can't say it wasn't. It was a good match. Again, you know what I'm going to say. Folks, take in my cue every time it's time to talk about this group. It's that again. They made me not care about them for so long. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying my best to suspend my disbelief once the bell rings and just watch it from a wrestler's perspective. And when I watch it that way, yes, they're tremendous in the ring. It was a very well told story. Good all around.
Yeah, as a match, it was good. But Matt, to your point, from a storyline perspective, we've seen Lucha House Party been treated as enhancement talent for years and years and years, and all of a sudden we're supposed to take him seriously. And we see this being that match, that repetitive match that's going to happen each and every week, where a variation of Lucha House Party versus the Hurt Business, because they have no other tag teams. So, and then Riddle and the Hurt Business we've been seeing for months now. Yeah. But the icing on the cake was Lashley getting to kill Riddle again at the end.
Always good. Yeah.
Always nice. Always pleasant.
Riddle got the pin, so that, using the Raj math, I don't think he's winning the title this Sunday.
No. But then what happens here? Because isn't there still a way Bobby could somehow win the title?
I think, yeah. I mean, Keith Lee, who wasn't there tonight, but you have Keith Lee pin Riddle. You get the title off of Lashley without beating him. Because now it doesn't look like it's going to be Drew and Sheamus at WrestleMania. I mean, they're going to probably have Drew pin Sheamus in the Elimination Chamber, probably do a rematch at Fastlane. So who else do you got for Drew?
Do you think so, Raj? I hope you're right, because I do not want to see them do this 2-month build with Sheamus, where he does really good at the Elimination Chamber and has what we call a visual victory, where he has the match won, but like the ref isn't there to watch, or something happens and they miss it, and then somehow it's what if it was me versus you? Who really would have won? We won't know unless we go to and they point to the WrestleMania sign.
They haven't been doing that this year, right?
Well, good job, WWE. You're only 5 years behind the curve on that one. If everyone mocking that,
that one's better late than never.
Yeah. A couple super chats here to get to. James and Becky, $5, saying on Friday, Glenn said the Chamber is a boring pay-per-view. Having it right before Mania always makes it very, very, very predictable. When would it be better to have? Matt, when do you think it would be better to have?
Great question, James, actually. That's a good question, because you got to give it credit, right? Like, it is a very original concept. It is a cool concept, I'll argue. It is. But... and it hurts like hell. Like, I've been in that. I didn't wrestle in it, but just like feeling it, like with your hands and stuff, like that thing sucks. To take bumps on the outside of it and stuff like that. Oh, that thing sucks. I would hate it. But so it's a lethal match. It's brutal. So I guess the question is, when, like Raj, you're a believer, I think, old school believer like I am in the psychology, you should be in these types of matches because it's a grudge, it's a blood feud. The opponent keeps escaping, so that's why you need the steel cage to begin with, so they can't run anywhere. The heel can't escape anymore. So where would that make sense, Raj? Where you have 4 others in it?
Well, I was thinking it might be good for another pay-per-view, because you already got the Royal Rumble for WrestleMania. The winner of that match gets a WrestleMania shot. You don't need another match where the winner gets a shot at WrestleMania. Use it for a Survivor Series. So they build stake for a Survivor Series, which is kind of a worthless pay-per-view right now. At least you have it for something else, because I feel like that's something that could use a jolt.
And it's a very cool aesthetic. It looks awesome. It's always impressive looking.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. What else do we got here?
It's a good question, James.
Yeah,
I agree. Stellar Justin Lopez, $5, saying, what did you think of Cesaro's promo on Talking Smack, which has the internet talking? I thought for him it was good, not great, and people oversold it.
They did oversell it. It was good. But people are going a little, I agree with that.
Yeah, it's almost condescending how much people oversold it. You would have thought he was, because, I had heard so much about it, and then I watched it, and I was like, yeah, that's fine. It was good, but it wasn't anything that, any better than any, most promos I hear from Edge, or any promo I've heard from Edge recently, or Daniel Bryan or anyone.
No, it wasn't. You're 100% right. Don't even put it in that same category. No way. Edge is crushing his promos. But I will say this. I thought I missed something, and I went back to watch it again. That's how much I got fooled by everybody on Twitter all talking about how great his promo was. Yeah. And I went back and go, what the hell did I miss?
Right.
Like, nothing. What? They're going gaga over this?
Right.
Like, this is good, but like, come on, guys. Yeah, this isn't Daniel Bryan when he's really passionate about something, or Miz on Smack Talk, or whatever the hell the show is called, Talking Smack.
Talking Smack.
Yeah,
and you can get the best promo of your life, but unless they're putting it on regular programming, most people. I mean, with the Miz promo on Talking Smack, that's been used like.
Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think that's the thing. If people don't see it, what's a great promo if nobody sees it?
The Miz was in tears. He was so pissed off. It was so good.
And Daniel Bryan played off of it perfect. I mean, it was. It's kind of sad that feud never really got where it should have been off after that promo.
I went back and watched on YouTube every once in a while. I do this, and I go back and watch some like not too old stuff, and like the Daniel Bryan chapter of him getting on NXT, and being Miz's rookie. Like I forgot some of the crap they put that kid through. how they were treating him and talking about him. And Miz completely just pie-facing him every week and dissing him. And that was a really good story. I would love to see pay off.
Yeah, I mean, they actually had that feud. It was just a damn squid. You forget about it, that they even did it.
Yeah.
I am Error saying, I have a problem with drawing the trophy, but I'm from Green Bay. You don't disrespect Vince Lombardi.
Okay, hey.
It's not his actual trophy.
It's not his. It's named after him, right? And I will say this. Win one, and then you get to say what you want to do with it. Yeah.
I mean,
yes.
If he had dropped it, that's another thing. But it was caught, all as well. Good friend Krana Shah saying, this Bobby Lashley needs to be WWE champion, please.
He's looking good, man. I mean, him versus Drew right now, the intensity of that feud, I'd be way more into that than I am seeing Sheamus and Drew.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Or, again, we talk about it all the time, but one day Brock coming back and chasing Lashley, that'd be freaking awesome.
Big time money. Big time money.
Yeah, MVP and Heyman cutting the promos.
Oh, it's giving me goosebumps. I swear to God, it gave me goosebumps. Yeah.
And then, thanks, Jack Scallon's like, I got nothing. Here's some money. Oh, wait. I got a pet snake from Valentine's Day from the wife.
Oh, shut up.
Turbo, and he's cooler than Raw. 3 hours is killing me, man.
Turbo after break-in? Sorry.
That may be my second favorite chat ever. We just have one of our listeners and that tell us that he has a pet snake. And he got it for Valentine's Day. How romantic. That's very romantic, Jackson.
Yeah.
Hollywood X $4.99. The Chamber was better when it was Survivor Series.
Have it be at Survivor Series.
Tell me that down more. What do you mean? Like, what did I miss a year that was what it was?
Didn't it debut at Survivor Series? I thought the first ever one was at, unless I'm mistaken.
Pretty mad at myself. I don't know.
Yeah, because I don't think it was its own pay-per-view at first. I thought it was on a show and then it became its own.
Okay.
But don't quote me on that.
It's $2 saying Lesnar returns at Fastlane to set up versus Drew at WrestleMania.
Still better than Sheamus.
Yeah, it's better than Sheamus, but Lesnar versus Drew just doesn't do anything for me right now. Maybe if they had a great story, and maybe they could, but right now... That's
pretty bad, though. Don't you agree, Raj? And we're both fans of Drew.
Yeah.
We wish he had a championship run in front of fans because I think he'd be much more over. I think he would work. It would work.
Yeah.
But what does that say? That you're not excited about? I'm excited about anybody versus Brock, usually.
Yeah. We were just talking about Lashley versus Brock.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Bigfoot Sneakerhead $2.99 saying Bobby would be a great champ. Just give it a chance.
Oh,
guys, this is like 5 years late. This is like old news. He should have been champion before he quit the company and went to TNA and all that other stuff a long time ago.
Yeah.
Not ECW champ, but SmackDown champ at least.
Yeah, he's a great representative, military background, legit MMA fighter with a winning record. I mean,
what else do you want?
Everything.
Look at him.
Yeah.
Jody Sean Jenkins still sharing that YouTube account saying should probably be called the Tom Brady Trophy now.
I hated Tom Brady because I'm a Cowboys fan and I'm jealous that this guy always wins. But gotta give him credit. I have to.
That's how I was. I mean, I'm a Broncos fan, so we've got the long-standing rivalry with them.
Oh,
it
God.
cost us many a shot at the playoffs. But you have to give him his props at this point.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
He's the greatest.
Dude. He took the Tampa Bay Bucks. The Bucks.
Right.
The Bucks. I live here, guys. Nobody here 3 years ago was thinking they were a shot of hell being in a Super Bowl. Yeah. Ever.
And all the talk was how good he would be without Bill Belichick. Well, it's the other way around.
I got to be honest. I didn't think it would happen. I thought, he was a what do you call it, kind of quarterback. What do you call it?
Like depending on
the systems quarterback like that. But nope.
Yeah.
Matthew Pierce saying another Monday wasted 3 hours of life. Monday would be better spent with fantasy booking by the Blueprint or AEW Dark Deep Dive, or cancel Mondays and give us that sweet Impact review.
Ooh.
I started looking at real estate about 5 minutes into the gauntlet match tonight. I was just like, Realtor.com is a little more appealing than this.
Well, as soon as it started, you're like, oh god, this is gonna be the next over an hour and 10 minutes. Is before the show ended is when AJ came out. So yeah. And
the Alexa spot was cool with Randy. I mean, we'll get into it. Wrestling enthusiast Buck99 saying replace Elimination Chamber pay-per-view with No Way Out.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know.
That's what it was, right? Wasn't the Elimination Chamber No Way Out, or was No Way Out didn't No Way Out have a cage match, and that's why it had the name No Way Out?
That would make sense.
Jeez, isn't that what it's called still in like some European countries where Elimination Chamber is a little controversial of a name?
I didn't know that. Why is that a controversial name?
In Germany, they're not really fans of anything that could even be remotely construed as referring to a dark period of their history. Let's see. I've read this on Wikipedia once. I don't know why. I'll look at it. But yeah, No Escape is what it's called in German.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, and No Way Out was Elimination Chamber. Thank you, Francisco Fogliano.
Thank you. Yeah.
Good job. The chat room knows. No Escape. So let's talk about Riddle got his ass kicked after, so he won the match with Lucha House Party, and he pinned MVP, and then Bobby came out and whooped them after. Bad Bunny backstage, Damien Priest, Angel Garza. Bad Bunny wins the 24/7 title.
Well, Akira Tozawa first pinned R-Truth backstage, snuck up on him, and then Damien Priest threw Akira Tozawa into the wall or something up there, and just told Bad Bunny, he's like, hey, go ahead, take the title. And so Bad Bunny with the pin.
So huge pop for Priest getting it, and already knows he's a superstar. He's a main event talent. He's above this stupid ass title. And he's like, listen, rapper dude who's helping me get over at the moment, you could take it. This is chump change. I don't want to have anything to do with this title.
I don't want to look at it.
I want the big one.
Yeah. Priest looks great. I think Priest, potential. So much potential. Yeah. And good for Bad Bunny. This is good. This will work out.
They need Eli Drake as soon as they can, by the way. Speaking of Damian Priest, Eli Drake as soon as they can on that main
LA
roster.
Knight?
He's 38 years old, LA Knight. Someone in our comment section pointed out that LA Knight sounds like an XFL football team, which I think is dead on.
Or a porn star name, but yes.
The mashup of LA gear and British Knight sneakers.
Yeah, but
I don't care. I said it already. He can already do his LA Knight crap, and I'll be fine with it. I don't care.
That 1 minute promo that he cut on TakeOver was the best promo in WWE like a long time.
He's so good. He's such a good promo. Such a good promo. Again, looks the part as well.
And he talked like he belonged there. He was just confident the whole time. That one Barn Sports or whatever.
Barstool
Sports. That guy like kind of interrupted him, and he just played it off great. I mean, he was freaking awesome. He's 38. They need to fast track that guy to the main roster.
I agree.
He can't be wasting years in NXT.
He's ready. He's obviously ready.
After this, Asuka and Charlotte Flair versus Lacey Evans and Peyton Royce. So yeah, I mean the big news of this match is that Lacey Evans is pregnant and could not compete.
Yeah, I was worried there for a bit because I had reported that tonight there was going to be that the angle that switched, and that's going to affect an Elimination Chamber match. And then Lacey came out talking about how she's going to challenge Asuka. I'm like, oh no, did they change it to where Lacey's just not going to work the match, and then they just do the angle at the pay-per-view? But they ended up doing it tonight, where she says she's pregnant. And it's not her being pregnant is not the angle, but Rick claiming it's his, obviously is. But congrats to Lacey and her husband.
I mean, yeah. Yep.
Zook Enigma 499 saying was at the Super Bowl trying to go to Mania. Ticket prices are through the roof right now, but if the show is built good, I'll dish out the dollars.
Nice.
I heard Mania's prices are not as bad as the Super Bowl.
Oh no.
Super Bowl was crazy.
Super Bowl you couldn't get because it was almost all corporate sponsors, and there was 25,000 tickets, so they had very few.
They gave out a whole bunch to first responders or frontline workers, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I heard if you could get them though, they were crazy price, and people were on the chat going, WrestleMania is not going to charge this when they come. And I was like, look at the wrestling fans getting in on this.
They got stock prices to worry about.
They're probably going to do, I would guess, probably close to 60,000 between the two nights. So that's not that far off what they normally sell for a regular Mania, if they're able to get it. Obviously, 2 nights as opposed to 1, but still.
Raj, what are we looking for the audience? Like, what's the cap, you think?
I think they're going to try to beat the Super Bowl, but they still want to be conscious. So I think it's going to be a little less than 30, and they'll probably announce 30. Probably like 27, 28.
Yeah, the biggest American sporting event of the year. I'm sure will be the hype. Hollywood X $4.99. Did Raw get worser without the fans, or are we just now noticing how horrible the booking really is? Do the fans come back for good after WrestleMania? Raj?
Oh, no. Specifically Raj.
Oh, yeah. No, they're not coming back for a while. And during the investors call was it last week or 2 weeks ago? But they said they're not expecting full crowds at least until Q3, if that.
I've been getting emails. We had concert tickets for last fall, multiple shows, and we got emails last year. Delayed a year to 2021. We've gotten emails in recent weeks delayed till 2022. Yeah. People are being so cautious right now about this. I think it's going to be a while until live events come back in the form we know.
It's so depressing, though.
Yeah, I know it is, but reality doesn't care about your feelings, Matt.
Facts don't care about your feelings.
We gotta get more people vaccinated. Gotta take care of the variants that are out there, the mutations.
Got that here in our city. Thank you very much. Very proud of that.
The vaccines?
Got American Muslim Community Center here in Longwood, it's a nonprofit, to start giving out the vaccine here in our little city, which is a really big deal for us. Awesome. Watching our seniors call me and say, hey, how do I get in? What do I have to do to sign up? Because a lot of seniors don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It sounds simple to us. Just get online and type your name in and whatnot. These are seniors you got to think about. Oh, yeah. So, I'm in their homes with them, no joke, taking their phones from them and plugging it in for them. And honestly, I'm not exaggerating. I probably helped about 75 of them get vaccinated just this past Saturday. That felt freaking awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. No matter what your opinion is on the vaccine, I don't care what it is. If somebody wants to get it, it's going to make them feel better and help them, obviously. Why would you not want? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And hey, guys. I had to do all the online stuff for my dad's. He got the first dose. And my wife, her dad got the first dose as well. She had to do everything for him. And
hey, did they do you know which one they got? They get Moderna or Pfizer?
My dad got Pfizer. My wife's dad got Moderna. And my wife, she's had both doses now of Moderna.
Oh, wow.
So, let me ask you a question. I'm sorry, we're going off topic. I want to hear this from a different state's opinion on it. Here, where I live locally, I've had some seniors going, my arm's really killing me after the second shot of the Moderna. And some of them also saying like, hey, I got the chills all night. I felt like I had flu-like symptoms, but it went away the next day. I was okay. That's all I've really heard negatively. But have you heard that with your...
Yeah. I mean, my wife, after she got the second shot, she felt tired. My dad, his arm hurt a little that night. He felt totally fine after he got the Pfizer shot. But then that night he said it hurt for a bit, but by the next day he was fine. So it's kind of like a little bit of inconvenience for,
getting vaccinated and not getting this virus. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And those symptoms are all also commonly occur with flu vaccination. So this is not unheard of, and it kind of makes sense. It's crazy, but Raj, you're 45 now. Matt and I'm going to be 45 in 2 weeks. Matt's going to be 45 this year. Like, we're going to be like tier 4. Like, we're going to be.
Dude, I want to be like 20 years older just so I can get the damn thing.
I know.
Everyone assumes, that you've already got it. You've got the hookup. Can you get it to me? I'm like, no, I don't. I can't get it. I can't get it from myself.
They're chasers.
In Texas, it's easy.
Yeah, really?
A buddy of mine, he has high cholesterol. He got both doses already.
Oh, wow.
I have high cholesterol, high blood pressure.
Yeah, I mean, same here. I have high blood pressure, but Matt, there are chasers. There are people that hang out at clinics at the end of the day because once it's thawed out, they can't refreeze it.
Yes.
There are people that hang out at sites.
Yeah, it's 100% accurate, Glenn. Yep.
They have a list here, and I put myself on that list. So if they have to throw them out, they call the people on the list.
We live a couple blocks from one of the clinics, and I've been telling my wife, I'm like, we should start checking in at the end of the day just to see. They had a panic. They had a freezer fail a couple weeks ago, and they were scrambling to find people.
My office, where my office is located, there's a Kaiser just a block away, and there's a big power outage about 3 weeks ago, and their refrigerator went bad, and so they had to throw away 200 doses of vaccine, but because the power was out, they weren't able to get the word out to come and get it. So
dang it.
No. Anyway.
Colorado has Kaiser. I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's the list of places we're looking at moving then.
There you go. Colorado's beautiful.
I'll have to check those tax rates. Michael Sachs Jr., $5, saying, I'm in Texas, have to get a hotel because of the snow. I mean, if you guys are sure have seen what's going on in Texas, no power in my apartment, been off since 4 a.m. last night. I really needed this.
Dang.
I'm staying away from it. I'm staying away from it. I'm staying away from this. How do you like your Green New Deal, everybody? You like it? It's working awesome.
You know that didn't pass, though, Matt, right?
Yes, but it's the logic, the logic behind the wind turbines.
Is it? I mean,
Texas,
they froze, Glenn. They froze.
I thought Texas ran on crude oil and liberal tears.
I did too. Look this up.
Yeah.
I don't know. Must be nice. Daniel Brooks,
without energy,
$2.99. Diva must have marked out for Bad Bunny. Issa was very excited. If you saw on his Twitter. Let's talk about the real news of the week. Rich Antonio, $4.99, saying off topic. Well, the real wrestling news of the week, saying off topic, but I'm more excited for The Rock's new show, Young Rock, airing tomorrow.
Me too.
I'm more excited for that than The Chamber. LOL.
I agree with that. I'm actually really excited. I think that show is going to be really good. I do.
I know. We should do a post show for Young Rock.
Seriously, it's going to be awesome. They feature
I'm looking.
It's like our childhood.
Yeah, absolutely.
Essentially.
Yeah, they got Macho Man on there and Vince and Andre. I'm gonna let my daughters love The Rock. Like Jumanji's their favorite movie, so I'm gonna let them watch it. They're not allowed to watch wrestling, because my wife doesn't let them. Yeah. And they don't want to anyway. But yeah, Young Rock is fair game.
30 Undertaker through and $5, saying it's looking more likely that Lashley versus Drew at WrestleMania. That way, the way Lashley looks right now is amazing.
Yeah. Let's hope so.
I don't see. I mean, if you're using the active roster right now, I don't see who else. Sheamus, I think, would be a fart in church. No offense. Yep. And unless they bring Brock back, I don't see who else.
Yeah.
I honestly, I don't want to see him beat Brock again. I'd much rather see Bobby, and I want Bobby to beat him.
Yeah.
Terry Allen Jr., $2.40, saying 2002 Survivor Series was the first chamber match.
Nice thing.
Wait.
Right.
Okay.
Weren't you? You were there with, or no?
I was just doing the math in my head. I was 03.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Isaiah Sanchez, $4.99. Damien Priest should take the 24/7 title and burn it and say something like written in fire.
That would be a sweet end to that title. At least
he'd be over with a lot of us, I think.
Whoever burns that title, it's going to be a hero.
Yeah. It's Z, $5, saying I always forget now that Asuka's the champ, needs to go back to being ruthless and run through the roster. So who's next for Asuka at Mania? This thing with Lacey, the pregnancy, I mean, that was Lacey and Charlotte, right? That was going to be the Mania match.
That's just what it seemed like to me. It just seemed like they're clearly were building Charlotte and Lacey, and then by doing this title shot, it just seemed to me like they would do Lacey beating Asuka and then having Lacey versus Charlotte at Mania. Obviously, Charlotte versus... I mean, you could put Rhea Ripley in that picture. She's there. She's on the main roster. They just haven't used her yet. So you could put her and Charlotte and Asuka in a triple threat. I mean... I'd just be worried about them screwing up Rhea Ripley too quick. If she wasn't going to win right away, don't put her in.
Don't. Yeah, I agree.
30 Undertaker 313, $5, saying it's looking more likely that Lashley versus Drew WrestleMania.
We just did that one.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Sorry. There we go. Joshua Taylor, $4.99. I think we can all agree. I think we all can agree. Lashley is long overdue a good WWE title run.
Yes, 10 years overdue, but yes.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of potential. But man, Rhea, that's why I don't want her against Charlotte again. Like that, they bungled that so colossally last year.
But unless she beats her convincingly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would take that. A quick frigging 10-second match. Upset.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be that quick. Hey,
if you're looking at feuds on the Raw side, I mean, who else do you... I mean, Rhea versus Charlotte is the one I'd be going for a long-term feud, going through the summer. But you can't have her lose the first one because she already lost to Charlotte last year.
Yeah.
But you have her beat Charlotte, and then Charlotte's out for revenge, and that could be an awesome feud.
So Stellar Justin Lopez, $5, saying we got the green light for 10% arena attendance here in New York last week. It cost $600 just for the nosebleeds at Barclays. I can imagine the WrestleMania prices.
Yikes.
Yeah, I don't see them running New York for 10% just because it's so expensive, all the travel expenses to get the talent there. I don't see them doing that. I mean, Vince even alluded to that on the conference call. He was saying, you know, when the arena's open only partially, like, are we going to be making money or are we losing money? If we're losing money, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Clearly.
So there were stakes tonight for Kofi Kingston to get in the Elimination Chamber match and take the Miz's spot. And what'd you think of this match between Kofi and the Miz tonight with Kofi getting the win, Matt?
Yeah, it was a good match again, but it's a good match, but just I don't have any grand design, grand ideas that Kofi's going to go on a run or something. And again, it all comes down to one thing for me. What are they going to do with this opportunity? Now, Kofi will do something cool in this match as far as spots go. He'll do something original, innovative. I have no doubt, actually, he'll do something like that. But he ain't winning.
Yeah.
Yes, in that sense, it just felt like a linear move between him and Miz. It's two guys you knew were not winning that thing, Mm-hmm. So when Miz took himself out, I was like, this is a cool opportunity to put a surprise in there. And then instantly my mind said Brock, but because it is Mania season, here or Fastlane would be the time to do it. But
so let me ask you a question, Raj. Am I crazy for, like, if they could, let's just say they could, if they put Ricochet in there, let's just say, mm-hmm. Would you be like, crap, this, like, he has no shot hell of winning this, so I'm not going to invest emotionally in him being in it? Or would you be like, well, this is a really mega opportunity for him, maybe he does something with this?
Yeah, I mean, you would just think that Ricochet could just do some cool stuff. So even though there's no way he's going to win, just the fact of what he might do in there does add a lot more, like, just makes the match more cool, in my opinion. But they have buried him something fierce.
And because he's newer than Kofi,
yeah,
like, I would rather see him in it than Kofi.
Yeah, I mean, I totally forgot about him until you said it.
So is half the planet.
So we're not going to spoil it for those that didn't listen, but the sponsor of tonight's show is Stereo. And if you did not listen to the after show, as it were, last week, you missed Revelations. So much. Matt and I dove into our personal histories and backstories. I learned things about Matt I never would have guessed. It's been insane. And we invite you to join our after show on Stereo that we do right after this Wrestling Inc. recap ends. To do it, it's very simple. Just go and download the Stereo app. It's available for iOS and Android. And then follow on Stereo. When you install it, follow Glenn Rubenstein, follow Matt Morgan, or just go to bit.ly/aftershow 215, which will take you to tonight's after show, as it were, exclusively on Stereo. Now, what we love about this platform is you can ask questions. You can record audio. We must have gotten like 40 or 50 questions last Monday, Matt. We went for almost 3 hours on the app, staying up late, answering people's questions, telling stories, and talking. And Stereo is the social conversation app where you can host a show, participate in someone else's, or just sit back and listen. And we're having exclusive conversations every Monday night on Stereo right after this podcast ends. We do the after show, as it were, Matt Morgan and myself. It's our live after party, and it's uncensored, exclusive content. And if you miss us live, you can go back and listen to any of our shows. All you have to do is follow Matt Morgan and Glenn Rubenstein on Stereo, and you also get notified whenever we go live. And NYC Demon Diva has been doing shows on there throughout the week. It's a great app. We're really digging it. Love participating with you. And Matt, I was going to say, what are we going to talk about tonight? But we don't have any idea.
That's the best part. We let the fans drive our show. Honestly, we've tried to structure it, put some bullet points out there, and honestly, we get such great questions. And I'm not bragging here, but you and I are good storytellers. When we get the opportunity to go down these long can of worm conversations, and we find out, lo and behold, Matt Morgan was shot in a drive-by while playing basketball when he was younger, and stuff that these fans had no clue about.
Yeah, I had no clue about that. Yeah,
because there's no how would that come up when covering the show, right? So it's just like little things like that we'll go on all these different tangents on, and let the fans drive it with their questions.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. So download that app. Be sure to join us tonight for the after show, as it were. We're going to get started right after we finish here. And if you're listening to this later and you want to go back and listen on demand, go to bit.ly/aftershow215, and that'll take you right to the recording. You can listen to it just like you would any other podcast. And we thank Stereo for sponsoring Wrestling Inc. 30 Undertaker 313 $5 saying when the Fiend returns, he should be booked. How should he be booked, or is it too late to book him like Undertaker or Kane? This kind of dovetails nicely into the next segment where Randy Orton was cutting a promo, interrupted by Alexa Bliss, and we had the pentagram. We had the witchcraft and the occult and the seance and trying to summon back the Fiend. What do you think of this direction, Matt? When do you think the Fiend makes his return?
I really don't know. I don't know if it's been long enough. I don't know if we've missed him. I thought we would. I honestly thought I would miss him more by now. I don't feel like I'm a huge fan of him. I love all the stuff he does, but I don't miss him as much as I thought I would. Yeah.
And I don't like that. I don't like that they're leaning on Alexa just talking about the Fiend. I want Alexa to get to be Dark Alexa and get more of her stuff in.
Because they have an opportunity to make another star out of this and take her in a different direction that's not dependent on him. Yes.
Yeah, Dark Alexa versus Asuka still, like there's still a lot of runway left in that. So there's a lot they can go with it.
So, I mean, clearly the Fiend versus Orton is the WrestleMania match. So, it's how long do you want to keep up the special effects, until then.
Do you care about that match?
Not at all.
I know, me either. I don't.
And I don't like Asuka versus Alexa Bliss because they made Asuka look like a scared little schoolgirl in there when she should be just this, badass buzzsaw, yeah. And I just felt like those two matches that she did with Alexa just took some of the edge off of her.
Isaiah Sanchez, $9.99, saying, off topic, if John Cena does become 17-time world champion, who should he win against and who should he lose it to for his retirement?
I don't know. I don't want to see him do it.
I don't see him doing it just because of the size of the projects he's getting now. Like he's in this HBO series. He's going to be in Fast 9 that should be coming out this summer. He's getting like huge movie roles, and he's going to be in the same dilemma that Rock is, where they don't want him taking bumps and risking, putting these movies on the shelf or on hold.
Although I was thinking about this the other day. Do you remember back in the 80s they had Circus of the Stars? And we had people that starred in TV shows doing high wire acts and taming lions and doing all sorts of dangerous things. So really, is wrestling that much more dangerous than being shot out of a cannon?
But they always had a net and, it was
different time.
I don't think they were ever shot out of a cannon, right? The celebrities
shot out of a cannon in Circus of the Stars. That and the trapeze and the high wire and the lions. I mean, they went back to that well frequently.
Yeah. And they were also thirsty stars that needed to be on that show, I would argue. John Cena, if that show was around, ain't showing up on.
Yeah, you didn't see Michael J. Fox on Circus with the Circus.
I don't think he did it. But hey, if you were,
Bill Cosby at the time.
Isaac from The Love Boat, or Coy and Vance from The Dukes of Hazzard, your dance card was pretty empty. Jackson Callens. Like this 24/7 title, Braun wins it, takes it to Vince's office, says this sucks. Vince copes in fear like the Austin days. The end, title retired.
It's better than what they have.
I'll take it.
And Chuck Minato, thank you for the $1.99. Chat. So Lana versus Shayna Baszler went pretty much how you thought it would, with Shayna getting you got this wrong on the website because Shayna won this. Lana tapped out. The website says Lana won.
Oh,
yes. Raj doesn't write that.
I know, but Raj, I'm telling for quality control, so you can send an angry email.
I'll take responsibility for it.
He could send a note and say, "You really need to be careful to be accurate with these recaps. People depend on us for this."
Is that Mark Middleton or no?
Yeah, that is. Think about how accurate he is. I mean, just all that typing. For 3 hours.
Oh, no, I get it. I'm just giving Mark a hard time. And Mark's been during the after. Mark's the one in Scotland, right? Is that correct?
No.
Oh, no, it's Craig.
Yeah, Craig. Yes.
Craig's voice. Why hasn't Craig been on a podcast, Raj?
Yeah, Raj, we're friends with him now. You can't stop us from it either.
Damn it.
Me and Glenn are friends with him. We're friends with him.
No, Craig's awesome.
Yeah, Craig's voice is fantastic. Shayna won this.
Sorry. After Shayna
won, Lana tapped out.
I didn't want to put this up because regarding WrestleMania tickets earlier, Jim Barcelona pointing out that WrestleMania ticket prices at StubHub have the lowest at $310 for now. So the bottom level to get in right now for WrestleMania tickets is $310.
Is that? I've never bought WrestleMania tickets. Is that crazy or is that good?
For the low, yes.
For the low, no, you could get. I mean, when in Dallas, you could get low seats for like $60. And
yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. That's crazy high for the low.
Yeah.
So nosebleed section, $310.
Yeah, that's.
Okay.
I mean, I guess if you just really want to be there,
I mean, I can't wait just to see a stadium with wrestling fans, and the way they did it at the Super Bowl, it looked amazing. It looked packed with the cutouts and everything. It looked awesome.
That was a good idea. I heard Vince doesn't want to do the cutouts. It looks so much better with it.
Yeah, it looked like a packed stadium.
Jacoby Wright, $1.99, saying, "What about Triple H versus Drew, if not Lashley?"
Yeah, still want Bobby Lashley winning the title. But how do they do that, right? They can't leave WrestleMania with fans for the first time. Unless, yes, they could. They could have Lashley win, Raj, if they showcase this match first.
Yeah.
Like this doesn't close the show.
Yeah, we're in the middle, and then you have Sasha at last. Or, something like that.
And
yes.
Jackson asking, they're doing it at Tampa Bay, where the Super Bowl was.
Yeah,
Buccaneers
Super
Stadium.
Bowl, same stadium, Raymond J. Stadium, where it was supposed to be last year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Braun could not get into the Elimination Chamber match because he has not been WWE champion. They're taking that seriously. But then we had the gauntlet match: AJ Styles, Sheamus, Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton, Kofi Kingston, and Drew McIntyre.
Wait, he was champion. What do you mean?
He wasn't. He was Universal Champion. They made a distinction tonight.
I'm sorry. You're right. Yeah. Yep.
So this match, Kofi had some interplay. AJ was in it for a while and almost got involved with Kofi a little bit. Randy got distracted by Alexa Bliss appearing on all the screens. I mean, I don't know. Was there anything really great about this gauntlet match? It just kind of felt
okay. Just the tease of Kofi versus AJ. I don't recall seeing that matchup before. I would be slightly intrigued by it, not in a main event scenario, but just the curious former wrestler that would like to see how those two would piece together a match versus each other and the crazy innovative shit they would do.
Wait, who is that? AJ and who?
Kofi.
Kofi.
Yeah. When I was watching that, I was like, man, this would have been a great feud for Kofi when he was champion.
Yeah, it would have, man. Dang it. Yeah.
And Omos, man. So we've been talking about how Omos's offense looks sloppy, but that spot he did with Xavier, where he picked him up for the chokeslam, was just walking around with him outside of the ring. That was pretty cool.
Impressive, very impressive. That's how you get a giant over.
Yeah.
But this was okay. I think when they brought back the gauntlet match, what was it, like 2 years ago? Because it'd been a while before they had one. When they brought back, it was so hot.
They're doing it so much now.
Yeah, every time it just becomes less and less special and more just like filler. Like, we need to kill an hour of the show.
Yeah. Pretty much.
The action, if you only care about wrestling and matches, it was good. It was solid throughout. But if you're waiting for them to just get to it, get to the storyline, get to who's going to win and what the match is, you're waiting an hour and 10 minutes for it.
It's a bit much. So I don't know. I mean, this Raw felt, for a go-home to Elimination Chamber, which feels like a placeholder pay-per-view anyhow. We've got Fastlane coming up 3 weeks after that, the first one that's going to be on Peacock, and then WrestleMania coming up 3 weeks after that. I mean, this is just stepping stone. It's
a busy stretch. And we got AEW coming up in a couple weeks, too.
Oh.
3 weeks.
Look forward to that.
And it's tough. NXT TakeOver last night, once again, an embarrassment of riches.
Raj, that was pretty good. Did you get a chance?
Yeah, I did. I thought it was like the takeovers of old, where they had great matches and also introducing a potential big star with Eli Drake. I'm not used to LA Knight yet, and then you had the big storyline, which makes you want to come back for more and hooks you in with Undisputed Era breaking up.
not to sidetrack, but I just want to point out one thing to the fans that are getting on Eli Drake or WWE for calling him LA Knight, right? I had the same reaction when he came in as Eli Drake. Oh, yeah. I remember saying to him, like, bro, you are not Eli. You do not say Eli to me.
Yeah.
Like, you do not look like an Eli, bro. You know? And he made that work, and he got it over. He'll get this over. He's a star's star.
And when he said LA Knight, it sounded cool when he said it. So it had a nice ring, it had a nice ring to it when he said it.
Dude, he's got so much swag, and he believes it. That's what I love most about him. He believes in himself.
Yeah.
And what's cool is he left, and now that he gets to come back, he already knows the WWE system. He knows the WWE style. So it's not going to take him long to adapt and all that other crap that happens when indie talents first get introduced there. That's why you're right. They need to take him now and get him up there.
Because he's not going to be doing flips and all that. He's not that kind of wrestler. He's like a Drew, where you put him in, you have him cut promos, you have him build matches, and do regular matches. And because his charisma and his promos will just get him to the dance.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think he has a lot of potential, but to your point, like where he's at in terms of age, like he's coming in though at the top, right? I mean, North American title is probably like the entry level tier for him.
They keep people in NXT too long, and he just
but where are they going to go?
They don't need to go. Back in the day, they didn't used to go. AJ never went to NXT. No,
but that's the problem though. Like they have too much talent. They need more programming. They need to figure out a way. I mean, again, like, why do we need to see the same talent? Matt Riddle can skip a week of TV, and I don't think we're going to think, oh, my God, where's Matt Riddle?
Oh, man, you have – I'll call him LA Knight. Have LA Knight by WrestleMania, have him on the main roster. Give him a few weeks in NXT, learn the cameras. That's all he needs to do because he doesn't need to learn how to look at a camera or how to pose for the camera. He knows all that. He's a natural at that.
A hard camera in every building is in one location. It doesn't move.
Right.
Like he knows all that. Plus he's an actor. Like he doesn't need any of that crap.
Yeah.
He's got to go there, eat a little humble pie that he's back and he's hungry.
Mm-hmm.
I know I made it as a big star elsewhere. I'm here to humble myself, break me down, and build me back up again, sir. Yeah. And then fast forward me, motherfucker, because I'm about to be a main eventer.
Come NWA, on. Man, they're like drained out. They're guys with potential.
Are they a company anymore?
I mean, technically they are, yeah. I mean, Thunder Rosa is technically still an NWA talent.
Yeah.
Nick Aldis. I mean, Nick Aldis is another one that WWE is just missed the boat on.
He's not old.
Yeah.
No, he's not. He's got it. He's got it all. He carries himself. That All In pay-per-view with him and Cody. He did such a fantastic job of being that believable, natural heel.
I thought champ. Don't you think this is gonna get heat in the chat room? And it is what it is. But I love Cody. But I thought Nick to me looked like the bigger star going into that match.
Oh, absolutely.
Facing across each other from the ring. I said, I'm going to take away that's Dusty Rhodes' son. Mm-hmm. I've never seen him before. I've never seen Nick Aldis before. And try to program my head that way and watch these two. Who do I believe in more? I was like, Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis screams main event stud. Champion,
absolutely. Too.
Yeah. How's Billy Corgan holding up with his NWA investment?
I mean, they were doing some of those
I seen them.
Yeah, the weekly shows, not the Power, but it was through some online partner. I'm forgetting Primetime Live, I believe.
Yeah,
and so
well, I mean, it's a stupid question, but like, why'd they go away? Like, why didn't they just start doing the Power again? It's a very small audience. Like, I don't understand that.
Yeah, I think it's just.
They had bad timing. They had the Cornette thing happen, the controversy, self-inflicted, then COVID. I mean, the dominoes.
Cornette, but Cornette had nothing to do with this.
No, I'm not. But I'm just saying, like, in terms of like bad headlines, they started to rebound from that. COVID happened. It's just bad timing.
Wade Barrett had taken over for quite a while there, I would say.
Yeah.
Isaiah Sanchez, 499. 20. See, I always change the topic there when somebody makes a counterpoint that they might be right on. I'm like, moving on. 2017, too soon for Braun to win the title. 2018 was his time to shine. 2019 to 2021, what a shame they've done to him.
Oh, yeah.
I agree.
It was the Elimination Chamber where he looked like the breakout star. I think that was in 2018.
He also had four-way match that wasn't in the chamber, but it was like in a normal wrestling ring.
Yeah.
Do you remember this with Brock, Joe, and I want to say what's his name? Roman.
Were that Great Balls of Fire?
Oh yeah.
That's
SummerSlam. It was SummerSlam.
Oh.
That's the match we're like, okay, what are we waiting for here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, that was the year. That was the year he was on fire. Like he was feuding with Roman. They did like a bunch of
ambulance
great matches.
match was fantastic.
The ambulance match, yeah.
Johnny Hex $4.99. I wonder if WWE is going to transfer already their current subscribers to Peacock. That's happening just in time for the Punky Brewster reboot. So
I would hope so, right?
Oh yeah, they are. Yeah, you're not going to have to re-sign up. It'll be they'll have to find a way to fuse accounts that already exist.
Yeah, I can't because I subscribe to both. So Matt Wayman, $5. Caught the NXT podcast late last night. Just wondered why you guys have never been high on Io being champ. She's one of the very best in my opinion. I mean, I think Io is great.
Because of how stacked that division is. And when she first won it, it should have been Ripley. It should have been good Lord. Now you want to put different people? Raquel. I can list like 7 of them. Like Io's had it for quite a while. She's done a great job with it. I don't know. I just think there's others that could do more with that title.
She adds a lot of credibility to it, but I agree with you, Matt. There's a lot of other women that could use it to help take them to the next level. And Io doesn't need it now.
Not now.
She's great, though.
Stream City, $1.99, saying AJ said he wants to work Triple H at Mania.
I mean, it would be such... again, I mean, it would be good just because of AJ. And AJ, you know, he knows what he's doing. He wants those big names.
He's smart. He wants the big payday. He knows he'll get, Vince gives more money to those Undertakers and Triple H's, obviously.
Yeah.
And, AJ cashes in on that. Good on him if that's what he's pushing for.
Because, I mean, as great as AJ is, and even with all his accolades, there's not going to be as many spots this year because it's going to be, 3.5 hours, 4 hours each night. There's a chance he could be on the pre-show. I mean, Dean Ambrose was on the pre-show one year, so he's right to want to try to push for the biggest matches possible.
I may give up being a wrestling fan if AJ Styles is freaking so. Like, come on.
He opened the Mania like 3 years in a row.
But it made sense as to why once those matches went out there and did their thing. I was like, okay, that made sense.
Right.
Even him versus Shane, that made sense.
Yeah.
Bret Hart versus Owen Hart opened WrestleMania 10.
Good Lord. I remember even back then I remember like when I wasn't really watching for work rate, and I remember like, oh my God. Like who the hell, how are they gonna follow this up?
Yeah.
So what else is going on in the world of wrestling, Rush?
So I mentioned that exclusive. We had another exclusive on Wrestling Inc. earlier today. WWE. Here, let me pull this up. They are issuing violations now to people, wrestlers, who even so it starts with a warning, then it's a fine, and finally a suspension if they name any third-party business, person, brand, or charity on their social media.
Huh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So you do it once, you get a warning. You do it again, you get a fine, and finally suspension. There was a report by a study done by Love UX in the UK, and they had the top 100 celebrities and how much they make on social media, and they said Lana last year earned $652,922 off of 59 sponsored posts, and which comes out to about a little over $10,000 a post. And Mandy Rose made a little over $490,000 off the 71 sponsored posts, which is almost $7,000 a post.
Yeah.
So, granted, these are estimates, but
I work in that business. We've done sponsored Instagram content for people before, and these things are expensive, man. And especially if you have real engagement, it's nuts.
How does that work? Because I've been sponsored by like supplement companies, obviously. It's not the same thing. Well, they paid me X amount of money per month, no matter what, to make 3 posts a month, right?
Yeah.
How does it work per post?
So like you'd have Lana, like she was doing the Bang energy drink, right? And she would like, be in a bikini next to the pool, doing a whole video. And, they just pay her, I don't know if they're like, we do 5 posts for this much or exactly.
It's usually a package.
Because every deal is different, right?
Post stories and swipe ups.
But she had to take him down,
that's a lot of money. 652,000, did you say, or 65?
Yeah, for the year. That's definitely more than she makes in WWE.
Would you say 652?
Let me see. 625,000. Yeah.
Holy bleep! What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Granted, they are the top of the top, her and Mandy Rose. But
that's not even remotely.
The Bellas are up there
to what WWE is paying them.
Get a lot.
It's not close to what WWE pays.
But I think those numbers might also be a little overinflated. So I actually recommend, if you want to know a lot about this Instagram world, there's a new documentary on HBO Max called Fake Famous, where they take 3 people and try and turn them into million-plus Instagram follower influencers. I just watched this night before last. It was fascinating. But yeah, I highly recommend checking that out if you want to learn more about how that world works. A lot of times they just get free product, but sometimes they're also paid.
Yeah.
So those just might be cross promo. But that's nuts though. But the charity thing, I mean, that means they can't post anyone's GoFundMe link. I mean, Titus does a lot of outreach with community efforts where he lives. I mean, I don't know. This is very interesting how they've failed every time in the past. They've tried to rein in the talent's social media more.
Have they?
No, they haven't. I mean,
they want their passwords at one point.
Have they failed?
Yeah, I mean, they shut down all the AJ can't Twitch anymore.
Yeah. But with Twitter, they asked for passwords and things like that before.
They have.
Because WWE is ruling with iron fist, and talents have not quit because of it.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what's got to happen.
It's the catch-22 because they have all these social media followers in part because of WWE. They're not near as popular if they don't have them. But then during this time that they can make their money, they're not able to do it.
Well, how's Thea doing? How's Thea Trinidad doing?
I think she's a free agent either this week or just became one last week. But yeah, you don't hear much from her, and she's still been doing her social media, so it just shows how much that WWE push really helps.
And Paige threatened to walk, but Paige hasn't walked yet.
She hasn't walked now.
I mean, to be fair, though, you have to be in WWE to make the headlines for fucking up backstage and getting heat or something to that effect, right? I mean, more or less, Raj. Mm-hmm. She's not lost any fans since she's left the WWE.
Yeah. Jim Barcelona is also
they weren't
pointing
showcasing her properly. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, Jim Barcelona, who's with Miami Herald, he's pointing out for the charity. I was told if they get permission for a charity, then they can do that. I believe that's the case for all that. Like if they get permission to mention.
I hope so, because I'm counting on Nia Jax and Killer Cross again to help out with me here in Central Florida with child human trafficking.
Yeah. Yeah, so they would have to go through for them. So
I hope so.
Yeah, it's interesting. Shooter McGavin has a comment about Eli Drake, saying if Drake starts going for the 24/7 title, grab ass, as he calls it, it's LA good night. See what he did there. It'll be interesting to see what happens with him. Do you think Killer Cross or Karrion Kross is getting called up to the main roster sooner rather than later?
I don't see why not. Got the dopest entrance in wrestling.
I mean, yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Matt.
I want to see that on a Mania level. Bad.
Yeah, seeing that in the stadium, what they could do with that.
Yeah.
He is one, though, that could use NXT.
A little bit more. He can use a little bit more. I agree. But he's a main event level talent, too. If they don't screw it up and start to get cute and, get in their own way and trip on their own feet like they've done with every other NXT main event level stud that they have screwed up.
But Cross is different. He reminds me more of a Drew, where it's going to be harder to screw up.
I don't know. Cross versus Riddle.
I thought Nakamura was unscrewable with. I really did.
Yeah.
6'5", 6'4", whatever he is. Like he's not some like little flippy flop guy.
Yeah.
Like he kicks people's heads off in real life. He's a shoe fighter.
Yeah, but there was also the
language barrier.
Yeah, just the history. WWE has never pushed a top guy that hasn't spoken English. Even Yokozuna in real life spoke English, and they just never have. Whereas Killer Cross, a guy with that size and that physique, and historically has done well with Vince.
I hope so.
But again, you never know. Vince finds ways.
Yes, he does.
He's insanely intelligent in real life, by the way. So well spoken. He's insanely well spoken.
Cross, of course.
Cross. Yeah.
Well, let's wrap this up, guys. Matt and I are hopping over to stereo in a minute. Of course, Wednesday night. Who's on Wednesday's podcast, Raj?
The Wednesday Night Crew: Alfred Konuwa, Justin LaBar, and Matt Morgan.
Nice.
Yeah.
Excellent. And if you haven't yet, we do our little post-show plug here. Go to stereo.com, download that stereo app on iOS or Android. Go to bit.ly/aftershow215. And when you're on stereo, be sure to follow Matt Morgan and Glenn Rubenstein. We're going to be live tonight. We want to hear from you. You're going to control the conversation. Matt Morgan and I, we're just getting warmed up. We're going to go for I don't want to say how long because you never know. But still, you guys have kept us up very late. It's been very fun.
You guys drive the show. Think of crazy, wacky questions that you never would think to ask on here, and that will lead us where we need to go. That is the best way to do this show, I swear.
Absolutely. And if you're listening after the fact, go to bit.ly/aftershow215 to check it out. We thank Stereo for sponsoring the Wrestling Inc. podcast. I will see Matt. I'll see you on Friday. Raj, I'll see you next Monday. Had a good time last night with Justin. Last night talking about NXT with Matt. And on behalf of us all, we'll catch you next time on the Wrestling Inc. podcast.